I just stepped outside the keep. Look at this guy. This is that is like tier 1 raid armor from the Rift or whatever that raid was. That's like 2006 LOTRO right there. Yeah, I liked Dol Amroth too because it had like a bunch of dailies that weren't monotonous. Like they were actually kind of fun, and there's a whole like currency system in this city, and you can unlock unique cosmetics. And actually, this first outfit is Dol Amroth armor, not the helmet. I think the helmet's something different, but I thought this armor looked pretty good. All right, here's the.
You have just missed the report from one of my guards concerning this man.
If you hurry, you might catch up to the pair of them. Look for Thulian to the east and beyond the market stalls, where he said Jajax lingered. Jajax. How about that for a name? I'm excited to go to Umbar. I don't know anything about it, but it concept seems pretty sweet. Look at this fountain. Good grief. Talk about detail. Look at the water. Dude. For how old this game is, the graphics are just like really, really good. It's not trying to be realistic.
Right,
it's just like really...
I don't know how he gave me the slip.
Really artful, I guess. Let's see. He was right here. I don't know how he gave me the slip. But if you check the courtyard to the north, perhaps Lindor saw which way he went. Captain Barandur is not going to be happy about this. Oh, this way. There's no sign of Jajax here either.
I am at a loss.
We watched the fellow from a goodly... What? We watched the fellow from a goodly distance for the better part of 3 hours, and he made no suspicious movements that gave any sign that he knew he was observed, and then in a snap he just vanished. We are certain that he is a reformed corsair, and not some irksome water spirit instead. Knowing what you know of Jajax, you hesitate to describe him as reformed. Instead, you commiserate with Lindor about having lost him. Aye, it is to be hoped Captain Baradir will not be too cross with us. I will go to him now, and the hope that the certainty that we will find Jajax again. Now, likewise, I know Jajax is familiar. I'm trying to remember. We did run across some Corsairs.
What news do you bring, traveler?
In the Pelagir area. I'm trying to remember if that was the Jajax or not. Don't remember. There's so many characters and storylines in Lord of the Rings Online, it's kind of hard to keep it all together. The strange gull call came from somewhere hereabout. Ah. Does he have a voice actor? Let's see. Those guards are fortunate I chose to not do more than merely embarrass them. I could have slain them very easily if I wanted to, but you are a friend, so they live for today. To think that you believed our paths would never cross again, Brombar, it seems you have the pleasure of entering my story at least once more. Much has happened since I saw you last. So do you want to hear of my adventure? Well, here we go. I guess we'll find out. Oh, this is
My brother Daxamat, I returned at last to Umbar Barhalbel, the city of sails.
Whoa, frame rates. Oh, I'm somebody else. Ah, it is good to be home. The sea breeze welcomes us back. It seems like a little more to hear. It's spoken of the streets of our city, no doubt. My exploits will earn us a tankard or two of ale and the crab and cutlass. We have work to do. The drinking will have to wait. This dude is ripped. Music's cool. It's very loud. Is that an accordion? There are more guards than I remember. This way, Dax. My name Dax, and this is Dax and Jajax. Something about the city is different, Dax. Do you feel it too? There are too many guards here. The Haradrim of Ordekai seem to be gone, but in their place, the guardsmen appear more vigilant. What has happened to the city of Sails? I feel like the music is so loud. Maybe it's instance music or something. I'll just leave it 40. I don't think it's like louder. I think that the quality is just better in the newer expansions. Maybe not. But like if you go to like Bree and the music level is 40, you can like barely hear any music. What are you doing here? Itor. Dax, I haven't seen you in an age. I thought you perished in the war, but you must have escaped that fate somehow. I take it some portion of your brother's good fortune must have transferred to you. We could have used some of that here. Were you in the battle? I heard the corsairs who followed Be'lakor were slain by the army of the dead men, and that they were led by a hated warrior, Thorongil, who despised the Umbari so much that he returned to life, and he came to slay even more. But that cannot be. Still, there have been strange occurrences here in recent days, ever since the great earthquake that collapsed the temple of all-seeing. People say he is dead. Such a thing is possible, but the empire of the Ordekai did not stand long against the uprising, and where the fighting ended in the kindred of the coins announced that neither Sauron nor Ordekai would rule again in Umbar. The kindred claim they have ushered in a new age, but for the people like you and me, Dax like your brother, I do not know if they mean it. The goals are full of thieves and corsairs alike. No opponent of the kindred lives long after the voicing, if they learn you sailed with any heirs of Castamere. Listen to Avatar. Who speaks to the kindred of the coins? Who's this guy? Koltek. The city is grateful to you and all the kindred of Koltek, sir. It is we who are grateful for your folk. The uprising began here in the lower ward of the city. The city of the Corsairs, Umbar Barabel. I haven't seen any of this map yet. This is cool. The colors are really cool in this city too. Who is your friend there? Koltek nods idly, but behind his eyes, you sense that he is paying very close attention to your face and filing away your name as a later consideration. Some there who have led and some there who will follow. Even the kindred of the coins is subject to the rule by my new friend, Asgath. The sea shadow prides himself on leading as he does so with Ablam the Rothrog, the storm carries, and the wishes of those who give the commands. And they are made stronger with every swing of the mighty fists and every bite of the sharp teeth. And ask the heirs of Castamere who attended the half-troll's last bout before the sea stones mutiny about those teeth. Koltek grins. A private joke, Daxamat. But heed these words, for they are also true. The wisest of all is he who when to lead and when to follow. The wisest is he who knows when to speak and when to listen. Which are you, my friend, and do you follow the heirs of Castamere or perhaps the Church of the All-Seeing? This city has many foes, and sometimes they require some rooting out. The uprising of Umbar was thorough, and Azagath has mused along that sometimes wonders if it was thorough enough. So it seems like they had some kind of mutiny during the War of the Ring or after. Civil War, perhaps. Man, this is... Whew. Umbar Barabel right here is the main... Okay, so Gondor's straight north of here. Got it. Music's so loud. It's cool though. I like it. It's kind of like sitars and accordions or something. Okay. Is this our travel back? Escape through the northern exit of the courtyard. Right. Jajax has arrived. Kind of want to look at the city, though. It's pretty cool. Dax, this place is no longer safe for us. The kindred of the coins intends to imprison and put to death freebooters and pirates. It does not sail in support of them. Hurry. Look at this guy's pants, though. What's going on with his pants? That's ridiculous. Do we follow a guy wearing those kinds of pants? Looks like a clown. It's a skirt or something. Oh, that was an interesting detour.
alone allowed us to escape. But if good fortune permitted it, ill fortune was soon to follow.
He does have a voice actor. A sudden storm rose up and swamped the boat, and we at least came ashore, and it was back to Gondor. I have been delivered. Of Dax there is no sign. I am certain my brother lives, for he has survived much worse than that. Sturdy crab that he is. You tell Jajax that Prince Imrahil and King Elisar should be told of the situation in encountering an Umbar, and the Corsair tilts his head, weighing a suggestion against the potential for reward. It is good to be owed favors and coin by kings and princes, Brombar. I accept your offer. I have not been guest of the royal court such as this before. Back to the keep. Yeah, that was interesting. We got a cool glimpse of... What was that place? Belliger here? The city of the Corsairs. That was really cool. I thought I was going to split that into 2 episodes, because I thought that was going to, like, take us into Umbar, but it makes sense. We were seeing, like, the storyline of the 2 brothers. So we'll have to go there ourselves. Kind of neat setup. How about this stairway? Jeez. Can you imagine building that? That'd be nuts. I'm gonna get a nice shot of that. That's cool. The amount of times that I, like, clear my UI and take a screenshot in LOTRO is, like, every 5 minutes. Because there's just so many, like, cool, awesome things that they've made. Like, look at this. This great hall of the prince. There's, like, water fountains and statues, and it's so cool. Alright, Prince Imrahil.
I said to keep an eye on him, not to bring him to my court.
Why should I trust these things? He says of Umbar, or the kindred of the coins. How do we know that he is not one of them? Why should I trust one of the Corsairs who so troubled our coast during the war? Oh, we get a bow. Very nice. That's an agility bow and a might bow. We obviously need might. That also gives us critical rating. What does it look like? Again, control left click. You can see what things look like in your avatar.
Evil tidings have come to Dol
We're gonna equip
Amroth
that.
from the coastline of Anfalas.
Oh, we also got a wrist at some point. That's better than either of ours. A lot better. Equip that, and then we're going to equip that bow, because that's going to give us a big stat jump. Yeah, like 200 might.
Evil tidings have come to Dol Amroth from the coastline of Anfalas.
Tidings that are harden my heart against such men as Jajax. But you need not hear of them from me. Speak instead to Captain Maro, for he left outer Gondor just days ago, afoot and without ship. Tell Bromvar why this was your manner of travel. Captain
If you
Mario.
command me to speak, my prince, I will. But the pain is fresh.
I suffered losses there that will haunt me to the end of my days. I came afoot because my ship, the Afro, was burned off the coast of Enfalos by the Corsairs of Umbar just days ago. Some of my crew survived and made the journey back to Dol Amroth overland with me, but too many good sailors died to fire and water a Corsair blade. I demand to know why the host in this palace, one of those monsters who set my ship aflame.
You could tell this weighty old sailor that I was not involved with the burning of his precious ship.
And my proof is that he still lives. If I had been there, he and his crew would have been spared. Jajax grins. Aye, that would have been spared the walk back to this city. Tell him this, too. I did not burn his ship, but if he gets another, he would be wise to steer it far from Jajax.
Silence! I will allow no fighting in the Palace of the Swan.
King Elisar, these tidings of Anfalos make it clear to me that you should make a change in the plan we discussed. If the Corsairs of Umbar remain active along the coastline of Langstrand, it is too dangerous for you to continue the way. Instead, you should make preparations to return to Minas Tirith. I will allocate a number of Swan Knights to attend you on your journey.
I value your words, Prince Imrahil. I cannot heed the warning they contain.
The suffering at Anfalos makes it more necessary destination for me, not a lesser one. I will see the state of things on Outer Gondor with my own eyes, and I will aid the people as best I can, despite the danger or perhaps because of it. That's why Aragorn is such a cool character. And like a great leader, you know?
The prince wants to know where I am going. That is my own concern.
Being his guest has already grown tiresome. Farewell, Bromvar. Perhaps I will see you again. I guess they're going to use this guy later on. Talk to Prince Imrahil. Pal, okay.
Watch that one carefully if your paths cross again.
But I think it need not matter. How many good men do you think he has slain during his life as a Corsair? Whether he fights on behalf of the heirs of Castamere or the Kindred of the Coins, or for himself, does it really matter to the men's lives he takes, or those ships he burns? Watch that one carefully if your paths cross again.
If I cannot convince the king not to travel to Anfalas while it remains threatened,
By Corsairs of unknown loyalties, my king, I beg you that you will consider delaying long enough to prepare for the journey. Of the storehouses and armories of Dol Amroth are yours to make use of as you will. Take time to prepare, for I will not have it said that I sent you on the outer fields without adequate supplies.
I understand Prince Imrahil's concerns. Let this, then, be the compromise.
I will remain for a few days' time in Dol Amroth preparing to travel to Anfalos, and some of the company will instead journey north to the Blackroot Vale. The people there and their lord Dornhir lost much in the defense of Gondor. After the folk of the Vale have had some of their needs met and their concerns heard, that smaller group will rejoin the larger traveling party outside of Anfalos, and we will together visit the Langstrand. You will go to the Blackroot Vale Bombar. With you I send Legolas and Gimli and the scribe Kabar. There are 2 roads by which you may reach the Vale, but I leave the choice for you to take the shorter and more dangerous road through Tarlang's Crown, or the longer and safer through Lamadon to the east, through Calambel, Lothgobel, and Dinabad. Whichever road you choose, your destination will be easily seen from afar. The hill of Arak towers above the Blackroot Vale. Alright. So, that's going to take us back to Blackroot Vale, past the dead, all that area again. So I think we're going to do that in the next episode. Wow, we did a lot in this one. There's a lot going on.